So we make plans, then first days happen. I had such a great theme about tools and how understanding the tool we're using and how it matches the outcome we're looking for makes a difference. What I didn't realize is that my tool about pumping up a tire would become the reality as I was turning into Coastal's campus and got a flat tire. Thankfully, I made it onto campus, and it was an issue that I could deal with after the training. And conveniently enough, there was a tire store about 5 minutes away, which I carefully crept my car to after the training. However, this experience was a bit foreshadowing. There's also something pretty magical about the pedagogy of humility. I found the very last non-parking spot almost to 501 and walked across campus with my very heavy backpack, thinking how fortunate I was to be there. In the training that I gave, I ran into several people from my past, whether I taught their children or they taught me, and as well as former mentors. It was a beautiful remembering of all of the people who have poured into my education and my life.
Maybe there's less physical effort in using this if we're working with a bicycle. But suddenly, and I didn't know, for those of you who heard, as I turned into Coastal today,
Yes, we know. I've already told you, I got a flat tire. Well, as I said, that was foreshadowing what was to come, because this entire training was built around using OneDrive and organizing our digital files to be better project managers. What I didn't prepare for was Coastal's internet working extremely slowly on this second day of school. So slowly that we couldn't get into OneDrive. So of the 1 hour training, I would say about 30 minutes was spent trying to problem solve and figure out another way to help these university supervisors see for themselves how to use OneDrive. Eventually, I realized I needed to give them information they could take with them, so I had to pivot. And we talked about the Notes app and how we could use the Notes app on their iPads as a scanner to create PDF documents. At this point in the training, the supervisors were a little frustrated because of the internet issues, and I was a little weary as I felt like I was wasting their time a tiny bit. At this time, I realized that a part of my missing illustration is that sometimes we need a spare. We need a spare tire. And so we talked about it at that point in the training. I also realized a greater need at this time, which was that OneDrive was great, but we needed a bigger digital leadership framework if I was going to be able to best support these amazing university supervisors. So I did some research and I found Leading in the Digital Workplace and ordered the book and reached out to the author. So I started trying several different things. I ran into some issues along the way, including access to be able to make a Microsoft Teams. Eventually that got sorted out, and Mrs. Costner was able to create a Microsoft Teams for university supervisors, and that leads us to today, where I am in the process of figuring out a way to create digital leadership training and project management, as well as setting up a way to fully support and provide resources for the university supervisors in one place. Thanks so much for checking in with me.